Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Cecily. We are back. Tonight we're going to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 10. We're in Atlanta. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I missed last week, but I am back. Sorry for the delay. So in this episode, we see, let's just give you a brief overview. We see all the couples. Everybody basically meets with Dr. Viviana, checking in on them about how they're doing with their trust, communication, intimacy, and all that fun stuff. So that's basically what the meat of this episode is about. All of the couples do meet with her. You know how the experts, they come in, they check in, and, see how they're at. They only have about 4 weeks left. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I got my notebook, and yeah. So first up on my list, I have Eric and Virginia. So these two. So the episode starts off with them. They're, at home. They're chilling. They're talking. Virginia has her computer out, and she's just going through some things. And she shares with Eric her password on national television. Why, I do not know. I'm just like, why would you do that? And she was asking him about, what kind of passwords do you have? Is all the passwords the same? Your social media and things like that. And so somehow she gets into, about social media, like, is it okay if I talk to my guy friends on social media and like their pictures and stuff? And he was like, yeah, I know the two guy friends that I met. And she was like, no, I have more than 2 guy friends. So they are still stuck on this whole guy friends thing, and the men in her past, and she's basically saying, like, she has, she's friends with her exes, and Eric is just like, I'm not comfortable with that. And he basically is just like, it's a no. So throughout the episode, they move on. They meet with Dr. Viviana, and Dr. Viviana, is, catching up with them, and they're discussing about, how they've been communicating lately. And Virginia explains to her that we have been having a kind of hard time communicating because they don't want to hurt each other's feelings. They're trying to just stay surface level. They really haven't had like any really intense talks. Everything else has been good. And she was like, you guys need to have these talks. It's very important. They talk about kids. Eric is like, that's another thing. She doesn't even want kids right now. And she was like, if she doesn't want kids, I'm out, I'm done. And Virginia explains to him, like, I always said if my partner wants kids, then I won't want kids. But not right now. Like, he wants kids right now. Like, yesterday. He wanted kids yesterday because he's a little bit older. And she was like, I don't know how that's going to work, because when I turn 30, you'll be 38. And he was like, I'm not waiting till I'm 40 or 38 to have kids. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't know about them, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, but it is not looking too good for them. We'll see. Throughout the episode, Dr. Viviana did give them a great exercise. And we kind of see why Eric has, all these, insecurities, and why he so kind of, wants her to check in. It's basically because, so they did an exercise about letting the person talk. Like, you talk and I not say anything for 1 to 5 minutes. And he goes first, and he was explaining to her that in the past, in every relationship, he has been cheated on. So I think that's why he's always like, okay, I need you to check in. I need you to do this, that, and the third. He was like, I trust you, but I don't trust these other people, which is very interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that. And then she was explaining to him on her end that the reason why she's kind of afraid to bring in kids in, and, kind of still, being just surface level with him, is because of how her parents, marriage ended, and how she was raised and brought up and things like that. And another interesting thing I almost forgot, what they were talking about with Dr. Viviana, is the whole belief and views and all this other stuff. So they were basically saying that the tough conversations they don't want to have is about different views. It's not, I think it's political. I think that he's a Trump supporter, and I think Virginia is not. And I think they were having some like tough conversations, and they didn't want to go there with each other. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out. yeah, and towards the end, Virginia makes a nice dinner, and she really says she wants to try and make things work. And she also, earlier too, on her confession, she was like, we don't have a lot of time to talk because of his schedule. I think that's gonna have an effect on them. I don't know if it's gonna be a positive effect, because I don't know about these two. You guys let me know what you guys think. That's all I really have for Eric and Virginia. So next on my list are my faves, Brianna and Vincent. I know I just light up when I talk about them, because they're, they have their things going, but they are the most normal people on here, I think. I mean, I don't know. Who do y'all have favorites this season? Because I mean, this is the only favorite I have. I at least have two. But yeah. So Brianna and Vincent, they start off with them. They meet with Dr. Viviana, and they're talking about their communication styles, their communication differences. So if you missed last week they did a fun dancing class. It was really cute. They're having a good time. And then Vincent just got all agitated. He just got mad because he wasn't getting the dance. And Brianna noticed it. She was like, what's wrong? He was like, I don't like doing this classroom stuff. And I'm just like, you need to calm down. Like, you're getting mad about the silliest thing, just like the champagne incident. So they bring that up and they talk about that. And Dr. Viviana was basically telling him that, you are not perfect. She does not want someone perfect. And to just kind of just stop trying to have this perfect image, because she can't even talk. She can't even say anything to you when you shut down and get so defensive. Like, he's always on the defense. But I'm glad he acknowledged that and apologized, to her about it. He admitted that he was upset, at the dance class. I mean, she was just trying to have a little date night. She was just trying to do something fun and different. He was like, I don't know this dance and this, that, and the third. I'm just like, Vincent, you're here. I'm gonna need you to bring it down here. But anyway, and then later on in the episode, they play a little truth or dare game with their little blindfold. It was cute. They also do the fishbowl. Everybody in this episode does have fishbowl questions. They didn't really do too much on theirs like the other couples, but that was really it I have for them. I think they'll be fine, because at least I'm hoping they'll be fine, because they're my favorites. I mean, they're really the only reason why I'm still watching. I don't know, like, it's getting a little tough, guys. I don't know. Wearing me out. But anyway. So next I have on my list, Paige and Chris. So I don't really tired of talking about them, because I don't know why they're still even is a Paige and Chris, because Paige, run for your life. Run for your life. This man is trash, okay? Trash. So in the beginning of the episode, they show Paige alone. Chris is on his way over, because last week they had a reset. They basically said that they were going to try to recommit to this marriage and try to work things out. But of course, she says in present day, she has not heard from Chris. Am I surprised? Are you surprised? No, I'm not. Of course not. I mean, it's Chris we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's the worst. So when they meet with Dr. Viviana, Paige is basically, telling her that, we really haven't progressed in anything like that. And Chris is basically like, well, he says in his little confessional, the divorce is on pause for now. And I'm just like, well, what does that mean? So just because your ex-fiance doesn't want you, now the divorce is on pause? Interesting. Noted. And Dr. Viviana was telling Chris too, she was like, I don't know who you are. Like, what is holding us together in this marriage? What happened to you? And he was just saying, oh, it's so hard for me. And cue the violin. I mean, I'm over him. Okay, just goodbye. And she basically she was telling Chris, Dr. Viviana was telling Chris, she was like, you have someone who is here and committed still, even after this whole baby situation. And she's still here, and you're just not doing anything. She was like, what is it going to take? And Paige was like, maybe a phone call or text, maybe a FaceTime, us really communicating. And Dr. Viviana asked him the same thing, and he was like, maybe dinner or something. And so it's just like from one extreme to the next. She's asking for a phone call. You want to go to dinner. But anyway, so they end their meeting with Dr. Viviana. And later on in the episode, we see them after their meeting that Paige is writing a schedule. for things for them to do. And I'm just like, Paige, goodbye. Get off my camera screen. She's asking him all these questions. Of course, he's uninterested. She's like, well, what do you like to do? Are you free on this time? He was like, I don't like to play cards. He doesn't like TV. He was like, well, maybe one night I can bring dinner and we can have Bible study. Because, you know, they made this commitment before God, and they really keep bringing God into this, and they really keep playing on that, and it's just really not cool. Like, just stop it. Stop it, because it's not cool. So we eventually see them have Bible study, and he brings some fried chicken, and, you know, they sit at the table, and Paige is like, you know, well, what scripture do you want to talk about? He's like, I don't have anything. And I'm just like, well, wasn't this your idea? So Paige goes and gets her notes, and she brings up a verse about friendship and, you know, being in friendship with God, and well, she's making some really good points, and he is reading the scripture, and he's just clowning as usual. I honestly don't think he even really said anything that was memorable. If he did, she probably loved it and was just like, yeah, you know how she talks, yeah, like, stop it. So they end Bible study, and, you know, Paige was like, you know, we need to talk about how we're gonna discuss, you know, about the baby, because we never really talked about that on the honeymoon, which is true, they did not. So Chris is like, oh yeah, speaking of the baby, and, you know, his ex-fiance, he basically told her that, you know, since, you know, Mercedes a while got in this really bad car accident, and she's basically doing ride share, she doesn't have a car. So in order for her to get to her doctor's appointments, Chris decides to buy her a new Benz. And Paige is just like, he said, I think I should tell you. I wanted to tell you. You're telling me after the fact, Chris. You're telling me, and you've already done it. What sense does this make? You couldn't buy this girl a Honda or a Toyota or something. You had to buy her a Benz, a new Benz, and you can't even pick up the phone and call me. Goodbye. But Paige somehow, you know, is okay with it, and, you know, and they just kind of leave it at that with them. I mean, that's all I really have for them. I'm really tired of them. I'm really not even gonna give them my energy or waste my time, because I'm tired. And on the next episode, we see them kind of arguing, which I'm not surprised. It's just a mess, you know? Are y'all tired? Let me know in the comments, because I'm tired. But anyway, moving on, I have Haley and Jacob next. These two, whoo, Jacob is a weirdo, and Haley does not like him. No. But they're kind of like they're cringe-worthy. They're really hard to watch. But anyway, they meet with Dr. Viviana and discuss about, you know, what's been going on. And Dr. Viviana's like, you know, I hear that you guys have been arguing and about communication. They've really been arguing about nothing, because Jacob does get mad at her. He thinks he like says something to her, and he does not. So I don't know what he's even mad about. And she also talks to them about, you know, being in the friend zone. She worries that they are in the friend zone, and Haley was like, yeah, definitely. And Jacob also states that, you know, ever since they had sex, they just kind of been back in that friend zone. And I really don't, and Haley basically shouldn't have done that, because she don't like this man. She don't like him. So, but with all that being said, they both say they want to, you know, work and stay in the marriage and just work on everything. So Dr. Viviana say, let's go back to your bedroom. Nothing's going to happen. Nobody's going to get naked. And she says, you know, let's do an exercise where you guys still, you know, start sleeping together in the same bed, and at night, give each other a kiss at night and give one in the morning. And Haley is looking like, you talking to me? Me? Give him a kiss? And I was just like, ooh, now she set them up because Jacob is like, well, how do you think gonna feel about that? And she was just like, I don't know. So we'll see if he's gonna get a kiss towards the end of the episode. But Haley does end up meeting with Dr. Viviana separately, and Dr. Viviana would, brought out the questionnaire from when they first went through this whole process, and she was like, are you really trying to nitpick this person? And she was like, I absolutely am. In the last episode, she tried to buy Jacob some new clothes. She's trying to get over this whole 80s thing. And she was like, in the past, she's been able to just, click with somebody easily and genuinely. She's like, that's not happening. She seems really upset, but I think she's just going to have to either try to get past the fact that she's not attracted to him, because they talked about that last episode too, how she's just not. He straight up asked her, was like, are you attracted to me? And she was like, no, not really. Which was, she was honest, right? Like, that's good. But I don't know. Like, I don't think Haley is with it. I've been saying that for a while now. I just don't think they were a good match. And then lastly, we see them, they get in the bed, they're winding down for the night, and Jake was like, well, how about my kiss? And Haley is like, no, we just started sleeping in the same bed. So I'm like, girl, you don't even want to do this. You stop playing with me, Haley, because you don't like him. It's okay. And it's okay, because we all see it on your face. Like, she be literally in tears. I'm like, ooh, girl, I'm tired. Ooh, But anyway, that's it for Haley and Jacob. Y'all let me know what y'all think about them in the comments as well. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all these couples so far, because we don't have much longer, folks. We got about 4 weeks left till decision day, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen with everyone. Who knows what kind of foolishness they're going to bring. So, last but not least, I have Ryan and Clara. Oh, Ryan, oh, Clara. So they start off with their fishbowl, and they're asking about, asking each other different questions. And of course, their hot topic is sex. They are not intimate still, and it is bothering Clara. It is driving her insane. She's losing it, because like they've been intimate, but not intimate. You know what I mean? So they're just basically on 2 different pages with it. I think their communication is good except for that. And when Dr. Viviana comes and talks to them, Ryan is like, I need trust and communication. And Clara was explaining that, she is just, that's not how she, in her past relationships, how she's dealt with sex. And it's never been an emotional bond with her. And Dr. Viviana asks, Ryan to, let us ladies have girl talk, basically. And she, and Clara's like, we doing other things. We intimate, but we're just not there. And, Dr. Viviana posed the question, which I was shocked she asked her. She was like, well, do you think he's a virgin? And she was like, no, I don't. But I was like, oh my. But I really think that he is just very, very conservative. Like, he is just not, he's like, we're 3 weeks in. Like, he's just not there. And he really gets awkward. And when they go through these questions, he is just like the whole fishbowl. I think they asked something. And he was just like, I'm not answering that. Like, he's just not there. He's not with it. Ryan is not with it. So they're kind of awkward to watch too, like Haley and Jacob. But, we'll see. I hope that Clara, I hope she stick with it, but it's not, looking too good. And that's really much all I have. Next week is a 1-month anniversary, so I'm excited to see what the couples are going to do. They look like they're going on some cool dates. Of course, Paige and Chris are arguing, and Haley and Jacob seem to be arguing too, because Haley feels like, I think she thinks she's doing all the work. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment if you already haven't, and share with a friend. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.